So tomorrow I'm going to be smoking up, grilling up a chicken, which means I'm going to be getting it ready today, the day before, both breaking it down and seasoning it. Now, I have about a 6.5 pound chicken here, and what I want to do is break this down into halves. I'm just going to take out the spine, we're going to spatchcock it, and then go straight up the breast here. I like cooking chicken halves. If you're not going to break it down into full quarters where you have the breasts and the leg quarters, then I like doing it in halves. And it's also a fun way to present it. It looks nice on the platter. You can serve someone a whole half of chicken. It's just kind of a nice way to do it. So first thing we need to do is get our backbone out of here. I have my poultry shears here. Just going to go up each side of the spine. If you want to, you can save the backbone, use it to make chicken stock. It's great for that. Clean up the inside a little bit, any bits that are in there. Now we're going to turn this over, and we need to break the breastbone here. Just going to put pressure down. This would be the process if you're going to spatchcock the chicken so that you get the whole chicken to lay flat. You just want to get this here, come straight down, you'll hear a crack. Come back with my knife here, and I just want to score down the center here. And we can go straight through that breastbone here. It's already cracked. Just like that, now we have 2 good chicken halves here. Time to season these up. Now the seasoning I'm going to be using today is sweet red dirt from Bartlow's Barbecue. We're also going to be putting a glaze on it once it's out on the grill when it gets to about 120 degrees internal. But this rub is going to be our base flavor. So let's get these chicken halves seasoned up. I haven't decided what wood I'm going to use for smoking this. I'm going to be using wood chunks out there because we're using the charcoal grill. What's your favorite wood to use for chicken? I don't know. I go hickory, I go peach, I go cherry. Different ones. I'm not sure. I'll decide tomorrow once the grill's fired up. Got part of our wishbone here I want to get rid of. When you're breaking a chicken down in half or spatchcocking, you do have to look for little bone fragments sometimes, so keep an eye out for those. All right, here are our chicken halves. I have them on a rack in a baking tray. Just keeps them up off the bottom. Any juice that drips, they're not sitting in it. This is also going to help sort of air dry that skin so we don't end up with rubbery skin. Now, generally when you're smoking or kind of indirect grilling chicken, you're not going to always get like super crispy skin. I like it where it's bite through, not rubbery. That's my goal when I'm smoking or grilling chicken. So now this is going to go in the refrigerator overnight, really sort of let that skin dry, and I'll see you tomorrow out at the grill. All right, the Weber Kettle is up to temp. My target today is 275 degrees. Now I'm using the Mallory firewall, and I also have some foil in the bottom to catch drips. It also helps direct the airflow over to where the charcoal is. And I'm using the Mallory M1 cast iron grate. I always get questions about those two things, the firewall and the cast iron grate, and there are links in the video description so you can check them out. So let's get our chicken halves on, and then I'm gonna need a piece of cherry wood. Yeah, I decided to go with cherry wood this morning. Going with the leg quarters closest to the fire. I get a temp probe into my breast here. Get our piece of cherry wood on. All right, we're going to get our lid on and get smoking here. At 120 degrees internal, we're going to glaze this. And the ultimate internal temperature I'm going for in the breast is 160 degrees. At that temp, we're going to rest it, and it'll go up to that 165 internal safe temperature for the breast meat. Now with the leg quarters closer to the heat, they should be in that 175 range, which is what I like for leg quarters, that dark meat. So let's get our lid on, get smoking. We'll come back and check them in an hour if they're not at that 120 yet. All right, we're at the 1 hour mark and we're just about to hit 120 degrees, so that timing turned out pretty nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at our chicken and give it a glaze. Now this glaze is very simple. It is a half a cup of barbecue sauce, pick your favorite barbecue sauce, and a quarter cup of honey. Now I always get questions like, well, which barbecue sauce? Whatever barbecue sauce you like. This is just a plain Kinder's original barbecue sauce. But the reason I like doing things this way is you get to customize it to what you like. That honey is just the extra sweetness, a little bit more of that body to the glaze. That's looking really good. Get a nice coating on here. Kind of half dabbing, half brushing. I don't want to knock too much of that rub off. Now you could totally do this without glazing. It would taste terrific. I'm just doing it for a little bit of extra flavor here today. All right, let's get this closed up, keep on smoking, and at 160 degrees, that's when we're gonna pull these chicken halves. See you back here when we hit 160. All right, we just hit 160 internal. Let's go ahead and get our chicken off. Let me get my temp probe out of here. All right, that is just looking gorgeous. I'm gonna get this chicken off of here. It's gonna go inside. I'm gonna tent it loosely with foil, and it's gonna rest for 15 or 20 minutes. Then we will cut in and have a taste. All right, here is one half of our chicken. Cannot tell you how happy I am with the color and how this all came out, and the smell from it is amazing. Now I always get asked, well, how long does it take to cook? I'm like that really cliched parent. It's done when it's done, or we'll get there when we get there. But that's really true. It's done when it hits the temperature you're aiming for, or in other cuts, when it's tender. But this took about 1 hour and 45 minutes at 275 degrees. Doesn't mean yours would take that long, but that's a rough estimate here. So let's cut in. First, let's get some breast meat. Oh, yes. Cut a few pieces for tasting. And now we turn this a bit and cut some of my favorite part, the thigh meat, that dark meat. I am so happy with the color and the moisture on this. Do have a bit of a juicelange going here. I like to see that. Now, let's taste. Start with that white meat from the breast. The rub, the smoke, the glaze. I've said this in so many videos. If you get that combination of three things working together, man, the results can be amazing. Now for some of that dark meat. It's my favorite part of the bird. Can't beat that moisture in there from that extra fat content, that darker meat. Just amazing. All around, super successful cook, and a very easy chicken recipe to make. I think I might go back for seconds.